Welcome, everyone, to our home leaving Shukke Tokudo ceremony for Michael Price and Roland Ron Culver. Through the ceremony, we found out Ron's real name. We have done this a few times before, but this is, I think, the first time we've actually been able to have many witnesses from the Sangha, some of your dear friends, Ron and Michael, who are here witnessing. I know it's a little hard for you to see. You will see me during the ceremony, but there are people here who are witnessing with us, who are present with us, and they all join in our celebration today. First, I will offer incense at the altar. Nishijima Roshi is also here on the altar with us. Then I will do 3 bows. You can all just gasho while I perform 3 bows. Will our witnesses and guests be seated, please? Ron and Michael, you will remain standing, but we will sit a moment of zazen. Everyone, wherever you are, we will just have a minute or two of zazen. I want to say welcome again to everyone who's here. Ron and Michael, you can hear me clearly? Let me hear you.
I can hear you clearly, you do. I can hear you clearly.
All our guests are present. You can hear clearly? Give us a thumbs up. It is always a long road for us to get here. There are many steps and considerations. I do everything possible to try to dissuade these people from going ahead with this, but they never listen to me, and they're stubborn. And despite every obstacle I place in their way, they somehow make it to this day. Ron, Michael, thank you for not listening to me. What we are doing here today is an ancient tradition. Of course, we're doing it in a way that's a little new, but is it really so? In this practice where we forget all distance, time, and space, where we summon all the Buddhas and ancestors to be with us here. Are we really separate? Not at all. Not in the least. We are all together. We like to say in our tradition that the Buddha is here, the Dogen is here, all our friends and family are here. I know, Ron, your wife is there, and your kids with you today. Michael, your mother is present, and a dear friend. That's lovely. You have a beautiful mother, and she has a beautiful son, Michael. Ron, you have a lovely wife, and please cherish your marriage. And I'm so glad that she's here with you and supporting you today. Thank you. The road we undertake is the beginning of training. This is just the first step to a role of service in which you go from being a member of the community to one of the people who has committed to help all the sentient beings, to serve others, and to be in a role in which you keep this tradition alive. And I thank you for doing that. Right now, your Dharma brother, Fugen, would like to say a few words on behalf of all your Dharma brothers to be. Fugen, are you there? Let me get you on there, and let me see if I can get... You have to unmute your mic there, Fugen. I think you're okay. Can you say a few words?
Hello. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Good. Shingen and Shugen, you have chosen to follow the white rabbit and take the red pill. In so doing, you get to see just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Much like life, this path will have its ups and downs. Remember some things though. It's not about you. You are it, and sometimes the need of the whole outweigh the needs of the few or the one. A very good friend of mine sometimes uses the analogy of a tree. Where would a tree be without the leaves, or the leaves without the tree? Same goes for lay people and priests. My fellow priests, everyone, we are tree leaf. Life is our temple, and it's all good practice. Thank you for your practice, and may the force be with you.
I knew that was going to be in there, Fugen. All right, speaking to our ordinees today, you're going to have a long series of bows because of the unending gratitude we express here. At first, with sincere mind and heart, please make 3 bows to the Buddha. It can be the Buddha in your heart, the Buddha in your room, the Buddha here at Tree Leaf. Please make 3 bows. With sincere mind and heart, please make 3 bows to your parents and family in gratitude for making this life and day possible. Please make 3 bows. With sincere mind and heart, please make 3 bows toward your preceptor. Such bows are not to an individual man of flesh and blood sitting here. They are not to me, but symbolically to the lineage for which I stand, for all the people I represent sitting here today. Please make 3 bows as I bow toward you. To represent our tradition, I will now recite the Heart Sutra in Sino-Japanese. Would you please stand in Gasho as I do so? Maka hanya haramita shingyo kanji zai bosatsu gyojin hanya haramita jisho kengo honkai fudo Saiku Nakushari Shiki Fuhi Fuku Fuhi Shiki Sokuze Fuku Sokuze Shiki Byu Sokyo Shiki Yakubu no Deshari Shizesho Hoku Soku Soku Nezu Fuku Yoku Zoku Genze Koku Tubu Shikibu Ju Sokyo Shikibu Genji Ize Shindibu Shiki Shoko Gi Soku Hobu Genkai Nai Shibu Shiki Kaibu Myo Yakubu Myojin Nai Shiburo Shiyakumuro Shijin Mukushumetsu Dobuchi Yakubu Tokui Shotoko Kodai Sakae Anya Harahita Kojin Mukege Mukege Komu Ore Isai Kendo Musokugyo Nehansan Seshobusue Anya Haragita Kokokua Nobutara Sanyaku Sam mo dai kochi anya hara gita dai jinshu se dai myoshu zemu joshu zemu totoshu no jo isai kushin jitsu fu koko setsu hanya haragi kashu soku setsu shu watsu gyate gyate hara gyate hara so gyate koji sawaka hanya shingyo. Honored guests, family, and ordinees, I respectfully announce to everyone that the novice ordination ceremony for Michael Price and Roland Ron Culver will now begin. We will now symbolically invite all the Buddhas and ancestors with whom we practice to witness this ceremony, free of all barriers of time and place. Everyone, please gasho and repeat after us. Please repeat after me, guys. At one with all Buddhas in the 10 directions.
At one with all Buddhas in 10 directions.
At one with the Dharma in the 10 directions.
At one with Dharma in the 10 directions.
At one with the Sangha in the 10 directions.
At one with the Sangha in the 10 directions.
At one with our principal teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha.
At one with our principal teacher, Buddha.
At one with the great compassionate Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva.
At one with the great compassionate Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva.
At one with the great wise Samantabhadra Bodhisattva.
At one with the great wise Samantabhadra Bodhisattva.
At one with the great sacred Manjusri Bodhisattva.
At one with sacred Manjusri Bodhisattva.
At one with all Mahasattva Bodhisattvas in the 10 directions.
At one with all Mahasattva Bodhisattvas in the 10 directions.
At one with Dogen Zenji.
At one with Dogen Zenji.
At one with Keizan Zenji.
At one with Keizan Zenji.
At one with the successive great teachers in our Bodhisattva lineage.
At one with the great teachers in our Bodhisattva lineage.
I will now offer a dedication of this ceremony. At one with the 3 treasures, the Buddha Tathagata, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all the elders and all who witness this ceremony, we gather today to welcome 2 novice priests, Shugen and Shingen. The mind source is completely calm and the sea of the Dharma is fathomless. One who cannot realize it wanders eternally, and one who realizes it is immediately at home. To be able to play freely in the field of enlightenment, it is necessary to drop attachments. Vow to drop them, let them go. Do not doubt, there is nothing surpassing dropping attachments for entering the enlightened way. Cutting one's hair is cutting the root of human attachment, and if one cuts off human attachment even just a little bit, one's true body is immediately revealed. Changing your clothes, you step out of worldly delusion and can thus attain freedom. Therefore, among all the Buddhas in the three worlds, not one attained enlightenment without dropping attachments and penetrating dualistic views. The merit of dropping attachments and becoming a priest is unsurpassable. For example, although there is great merit in building a temple that reaches to the heavens, if one compares the merit of this with that of letting go, it is not even 1/100th of its worth, which cannot be measured. A temple may become ruined and unusual, but the merit of becoming a priest will never be lost. By dropping attachments, you already are the true child of Buddha. You are the most fortunate of all beings in the three worlds. Among all beings in the 6 realms, this is a most commendable life. Shingen, reflect. Your body-mind is suddenly turning from endless rebirth, and you are being irreversibly and eternally born in the non-birth country of Buddha. Clinging and delusion do not cease, yet your original true nature has been revealed. After entering the priesthood, heaven neither covers nor does the earth sustain. Having nothing with which to cover your round head and your robes embodying enlightenment, you stand out. Whoever comes in contact with you receives great benefit. Your abode is beyond the 3 worlds, and its virtue pervades the 10 directions. You walk equally among the Buddhas and ancestors. Make obeisance to your teacher and to your Buddha nature. Respect the Buddhas and teachers. Thus it is said, in the drifting, wandering world, it is very difficult to cut off attachments. Now you are vowing to let them go and realize the truth of emptiness. This is true gratitude. Shugen, think right now with gratitude of your parents and thank them for having given you this life. Consider carefully the mutual karma that brought you here. Think of what your loved ones, partners have done, and further, what your Sangha has done. Think of what your teachers have done. You will now be able to dedicate this life freely to the welfare and service of all beings. Shingen, realize the world of impermanence. This is indeed rare and unthinkable. When for the first time bodhisattvas raise the Bodhi mind in the midst of birth and death, single-mindedly realizing enlightenment, the merit they derive from this very moment mind is deep, broad, and truly boundless. Though Tathagatas may explain it fully, it can never be exhausted. Those are very old words, by the way. They're not something new. I think they've been basically said like that for centuries. Now, you will receive the inner robe of the Buddha, the Kuromo. I will sense it here. This robe will represent those robes, and a close friend or loved one will assist you in putting it on. Their hands or my hands are the hands of the Buddhas and ancestors. Our hands reach across all distance to give it to you. Please place on your Kuromo robes. I see your mother is helping you, Michael.
Yes, she is. Doing a wonderful job.
I see Shugen, you need a little practice. We all do. It's always hard the first few times. Your wife is helping you. That's lovely. There's the inside ties and then the outside ties. That's correct. See, as I said, as the ceremony progresses, they become more and more visible. All right. Will you please make 3 bows? Now we will cut the last strands of your hair, known as the shura. Now the last strands of your hair will be cut. Only the Buddha can cut the last strand of hair, and our hands serve as the Buddha's hands. A close friend and loved one will assist this. Their hands are my hands, are the hands of the Buddhas and ancestors. I will now cut the hair of Shugen and Shingen as their teacher and preceptor. First, Shugen. Would you step a little towards the camera? Oh, no, your wife. Step towards your wife. That's right. Yeah, there you go. I forgot I'm not. That's good. Shugen. Now the last strands of your hair will be cut. Only the Buddha can cut the last strand of hair. Will you allow me to cut it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you allow me to cut it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you allow me to cut it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Let the last hair be cut away. Shingen. Now the last strands of your hair will be cut. Only the Buddha can cut the last strand of hair. Will you allow me to cut it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you allow me to cut it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you allow me to cut it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Let the last strand of hair be cut away. Now, ordinees, please repeat your vow. I will read it for you. Though my form is altered, my heart remains faithful to my purpose.
Though my form is altered, my heart remains faithful to my purpose.
Parting with human attachment, though living amid this muddy world like a lotus.
Parting with human attachment, though living amid this muddy world like a lotus.
Leaving home, I seek the enlightened way.
I seek the enlightened way.
A home that is never left.
It's never left.
A way that cannot be sought.
A way
Cannot be sought.
A vow to free all creations.
I vow to free all creations.
We will now bestow the blood lineage chart, the Ketsunyaku. I have one here. And if you can see at the top, all the Buddhas and ancestors with your names inscribed at the very bottom as the newest in the line of this family. for it is a family. I will now bestow this chart upon each of you. Previously, I have sent it to you, and you have received what I sent to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
With all proper stamps affixed. Let me incense this. Please now receive the lineage chart. And place it aside. I will now bestow upon you your full Dharma names. Michael, Ron, until today you've been Shingen and Shugen, but as is traditional, we changed the kanji slightly, even though you are still Shingen and Shugen, just with slightly different kanji. Michael, your name is Rindo Shingen. Rin is ethical. Do is the way. The ethical way of the true arising. The gen of Shingen is the gen of Genjo Koan. That which arises. Rindo Shingen. Ron, you are Meido Shugen. Clear way. Meido. Clear and bright way. Shu is to cultivate, to hone. And gen is sight. It's the same gen as the gen of Genjo Koan, the true eye. Clear way, cultivated eye. Meido Shugen. I will now bestow upon you the Zagu bowing cloth. For any other bows today, would you kindly also use the Zagu, if you can? I know it's a little tricky. This also takes practice. Don't worry, this is your first day as a priest. You have many, many years to learn. But I will now bestow upon you the Zagu. Would you take your Zagu in hand? Or Denise, please repeat your vow. I say your name.
I, Shingen,
Now receive this bowing cloth,
now receive this bowing cloth,
which shall forever protect my robes.
which shall forever protect my robes.
All Buddhas receive and use this cloth.
All Buddhas receive and use this cloth.
May I forever sit on this, shared with all beings.
And sit on shared with all beings.
Now would you please open it in front of you and make 3 bows. Shingen, Shugen, I will now bestow upon you your rakusu. You have received the inscribed rakusu that I sent you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I will now sense this. Would you pick up your Roxu that I sent you? Please receive your Roxu. You may now place it aside. I will now bestow upon each of you the Kessa of a novice priest. First, Shingen. Would you hold it up? 3 feet. That is correct. Shingen, you now receive this Kessa. This Kessa I hold represents unbroken, the Kessa that you are holding in your hands. The Kessa does not begin, the Kessa does not end. It reaches from here to there. Do you vow to maintain it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you vow to maintain it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you vow to maintain it?
I now receive this case of the Buddhas and ancestors and vow to maintain it.
Shugen, would you now take your Kessa? This Kessa which I hold represents the Kessa which you are holding. Shugen, you now receive this Kessa. Do you vow to maintain it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you vow to maintain it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you vow to maintain it?
I vow to maintain this Kessa of the Buddhas and ancestors.
Please place on your Kessa. You will again be assisted by those who are with you, from your friends and family, those you deeply love and they love you. It gets easier. Everyone out there can still hear us? Good. This is the longest, always the longest part of the ceremony. That's looking good. All right, over the arm. Good. Good. You have it, Ron? Tuck it in there. Very good. If you will stand in Gasho, we will now recite 3 times the verse of the Kessa. You may follow me. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field
beyond the form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing
to free all sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
You will now receive your bowls. Would you pick up the bowls that I have sent to you? This Buddha bowl will represent those bowls that you hold. Ordainees, please repeat your vow. Please intensely concentrate and wholeheartedly reflect.
Please intensely concentrate and wholeheartedly reflect.
I now receive this Buddha bowl
And now receive this
Buddha bowl
and vow to always maintain and use it.
to vow to
always maintain and use it.
Please use it well. You may place that aside. You have a little table by the altar that you prepared, and you are keeping all the items that I have bestowed on you today. Now, we will have the verse of atonement and Shaswe. Shaswe is the water ceremony. Now wearing the clothes of the Buddha and having the Tathagata's eating bowl, we will bestow the Bodhisattva precepts. The great precepts of Gautama Buddha were kept by all Buddhas. They were transmitted from Buddha to Buddha, and they were received by ancestor after ancestor. The receiving of the precepts transcends the three kinds of time, and the experience of truth will continue forever. Our great master Gautama Buddha transmitted the precepts to Master Mahakashapa. Master Mahakashapa transmitted the precepts to Master Ananda, and the transmission of the precepts has continued in this way, passing from orthodox successor to orthodox successor in one line, and so, after many ages, has come to this time and place. Now I am bestowing the precepts on you to return the profound benevolence of Gautama Buddha and to make you the standard of human beings in all life. We trust this to be the true reception of Gautama Buddha's wisdom in life. Respectfully following the approval of Gautama Buddha, we would like to devote ourselves to the precepts and confess. Listen to my words and wholeheartedly say the words after each line. All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old,
all harmful words, thoughts, and acts ever committed by me since of old,
on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance,
on account of meaningless greed, anger, ignorance,
born of my body, mouth, and mind,
born my body, mouth, and mind.
Now I atone for them all.
Now I for them all.
Now, having made atonement, you have purified your body, mouth, and thoughts. This purification is due to the power of atonement. Next, you will reveal yourself as the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, which have the three virtues and merits of the one body. Three treasures, the realized three treasures, and the maintained three treasures. When once you reveal yourself as the three treasures, all virtues and merits will be in complete realization. You each have a branch. Here I have one for each of you. We're having a leaf or a branch. Please hold up your branch up in the air so that it touches ours across the distances. I will do this first for Shugen and then for Shingen. First, I have some water, and I dip, and then following tradition. Why? Because it's a tradition, folks. We go 3 times clockwise, but I'll explain what the meaning of that is in a moment. And 3 times counterclockwise. Then I touch my head like so, 3 times for Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And I symbolically reach out to Shugen. Shugen, would you lean forward? Touch your branch to mine. Let me touch you on the head. And I touch myself. Oh, wait a second. 3 times to the right. This is for our parents, teachers, nations, and the whole earth. And then 3 times to the left. This is for all beings in all places in space and time. And then I touch my head again and say, everything is new and fresh. Now I will repeat that for Shingen. Now, let us touch. Let me rub you on the head 3 times. This is for our parents, teachers, nations, and earth. This is for all beings in all places in space and time. Everything is new and fresh. I'll place these leaves. We have a little pagoda outside, and I will place the leaves there after the ceremony. Now it is time to undertake the precepts. You will now receive the precepts. First, we undertake the 3 devotions, the 3 treasures. Please repeat after me. Everyone, please in Gasho. All our witnesses as well. Please in Gasho. Respectful devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Respectful devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Devotion to Buddha, the Supreme One. Devotion to Dharma, the supreme purity and teaching. Devotion to Sangha, the supreme community.
Devotion to Buddha, the Supreme One. Devotion to Dharma, the supreme purity. Devotion to Sangha, supreme community.
Perfect devotion to Buddha. Perfect devotion to Dharma. Perfect devotion to Sangha.
Perfect devotion to Buddha. Perfect devotion to Dharma. Perfect devotion to Sangha.
The giving of the precepts of 3 devotions is like this. From now on, Gautama Buddha and all Buddhas are your great teachers. Never devote yourself to false teachings, harmful teachings, or the like. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by the ancestors. Now I bestow them upon you. You should retain them sincerely. Will you maintain them?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Will you maintain them?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Will you maintain them?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Please bow 3 times. Now the 3 pure and universal precepts. Number 1, seek as you can in this body and life to avoid doing harm. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in a healthful and helping way, doing good. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to live for the benefit of all sentient beings. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now the 10 fundamental precepts. I shall now read them. Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from the killing of life. Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in generosity and refrain from taking that which is not given. 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from misusing sexuality and all desire. 4, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from false and malicious speech. 5, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from intoxication in its many forms. 6, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from unconstructively criticizing the errors and faults of others. 7, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from praising oneself and judging others. 8, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from stinginess in bestowing the Buddhist teachings and all precious things. 9, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from all anger. 10, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from disparaging the 3 treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Let me hear it with gusto, gentlemen. Will you
Yes.
will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's better. Please prostrate 3 times. And now we will turn to our concluding vow. These 16 Buddhist precepts are the 3 devotions, the 3 pure and universal precepts, and the 10 fundamental precepts. They were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
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 You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please prostrate 3 times. We will now have our ceremony of recognition. This is as we draw to the close of our ceremony. I would like to ask all our members who are ordained or have received Jukai to join with me in this. For this ceremony, in your heart, you are sitting where I am sitting, right here. And we will circle around you, reciting to welcome you into this family. So you will take my seat now. Let me get up and offer it to you. Everyone who is watching who has received Jukai ordination, if you would please stand as well. Please close your eyes and see me circling with everyone around you. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. All right, I will take my seat back for a moment. Everyone can be seated. I respectfully announce to everyone that the novice ordination ceremony of Shingen and Shugen is now concluded. Shingen and Shugen, once again, please bow 3 times. Now, if you'd each come up close to the camera, I'd like for you to make greetings to everyone, if you would. Let me think. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ron, Shugen, you go first. Please greet the Sangha.
Hi, everyone. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I really appreciate this. I especially want to thank my family.
Shingen.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I love you. You're a wonderful support, and hopefully I can provide that support back for you. Thank you, Jindo, and thank you to my family and friends for being here.
Now to close, we will recite the 4 vows 3 times. Would you both step back? Please recite together with me. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless. To transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible. To perceive reality, though reality is boundless. To attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless. To transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible. To perceive reality, though reality is boundless. To attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless. To transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible. To perceive reality, though reality is boundless. To attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable. And now, the ceremony is over. Everyone, ordinees, family, friends, our Sangha members who are here, go in peace. Live as good students. Ordinees, live as good monks. Gasho, to our honored guests here today, the ceremony is now concluded. We'll see you all later. Give everybody a wave, guys. We'll talk later in the forum. Everybody's waving like crazy. You can't see, but everyone is. Yay! All right, see everyone later.